Start stream. Yep. And then I gotta wait. Gotta be patient. Oh, there it is. Okay. First one I see. That's done. That's done. Let me go over here. Okay, so hold on. I see that. I got a green on there, which should mean that I can come here and say select live. Possibly. Not yet. Nope. Little fast on that one. How about this one? Little? Maybe? No? Yeah? Nope, not yet. Hold on, everybody. I got to give this a second. I always rush to... Oh, did I mute? I muted my phone. Oh, good. I remembered. Okay. So, just give this a second. And it'll come up. That's there. That's there. This does show yes. So there is audio. That's running. Road is good. I already did that. So I know that's good. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the chat windows to go. There it is. There's one. Chat window is there. Oh, I have to switch to my audio so I can hear beeps if they come in. There's that one. Let's go to the second one. That one is not quite ready, but that one sometimes appears in two places. So let's check the other one. Hey, look at that. There it is. So let's say activate. And we'll say go to live chat, please. And now I need to hit the activate button. I heard that. That's a good sign. So now I need to verify that it does show that window, which it appears to. So let's do a quick test, shall we? So let's do, oh, let me switch this so I can actually see if anybody shows up. Chat 1. How could it chat 1? There's nobody, oh, whatever. All right, test 1. Do I hear a beep? I hear a beep. Do I see it? I do see it, which means I can close this window. Blammo! Now we go over here and we say live chat. There it is. And we say test 2. And I see it, and we have sound, which means I can close this. And now, for whatever reason, it just does not choose to pull up the Twitch chat dock by default now. I really don't know why. And let's go to users in chat. Okay, and we'll do TEST3. And we have it, so we are good. So let me switch this to that. And on that note, okay, everything else is done. Yes, yes. So I can roll my intro. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to do. It doesn't matter though. I can let this run even when you should see my screen. So that's actually a good test of that anyway. So let's see. Hold on. Come on. There we go. All right, good. Let me go to here and here and copy this. Copy to here and paste and wait and go. And we're good. Okay. So thank you. And thank you. And what? Oh, yeah, I know that already. Okay. Everything is working. Where are we at? 4 minutes. Not bad. Let me get a quick... Oh, no, I forgot my water. All right, everybody. You know what? This will be fine. I'm going to go get my water. Oop. I just bumped into my iPad. Let me move it so I don't knock it over. Hold on. I have to go into the other room. I will continue talking as I move. Hi, cutie. That's my dog I'm talking to. I mean, you people may be cute too, but I can't see you, so I can't really attest to that. So, but I'm just making it clear I'm talking to my dog as I get my water. And I come back this way. I come back into the room where my iPad and my computer are. I will now have a seat. Have a quick sip of water. Okay, put that down there. Sorry, that may have been really loud. Okay. I don't even know why those would have audio. Okay, well, whatever. They're muted now. All right. Let's make sure I'm in the right spot. I am. Excellent. So let's make sure. Yes. Okay, everything is running. So I think last time I was working on this is my Moose with headphones. So I finished the Moose, obviously. So let's go ahead and turn the Moose off. Oh, turn the Moose off. Why are the colors like that? Oh, because those are the 3 colors. I got it. All right, so let's do a new, what this really should say is headphones sketch and then I'll put a new thing, and now we'll start blocking in the actual. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check what my line weights are. Let's check that really quick. I would imagine it's my standard weights. Let's see. Let's go here and let's check. I'll bet you it's 10. How much do I bet it's 10? Let's take a look. It's 10. You can tell. Yep, that's 10. So let's go ahead and turn the moose off now that I have my weights correct. And let's start doing the headphones, which I can use for the most part in the drawing assist mode because these are pretty much identical. Did I just say identical? Identical. Articulation is so important in sentence structure. All right, let's turn the colors off for a minute. We can actually put that right there and turn that off, and that leaves us with that. Okay. So, let's see here. I want the bottom of these headphones to be a little bit more rounded than I did in my sketch. So let's go ahead and do this. This coming up nice and easy. Here we are. And then on this side, we'll have this coming up like this. Nice and easy. Okay. And then this come over. That. And then we'll come down here. And we'll have this join up. And we'll erase that little blip. There we are. And we'll have that come up. And there's our first headphone ear pad. See? Really easy. Really easy stuff. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. There we go. Yeah, so curve that like that. And then we'll curve the top like that. And then we'll just join these up. But I won't actually join them. I'm just going to do this to make this long. Okay, nope, that's not good at all. That's better. Oh, wow, nice and straight, too. Oh, hold on. Almost. Whoa, come on. Almost nice and straight. There we are. Okay. Come down here. This is a pretty simple one. This is going to go by pretty... Oh, you know what? I don't like that. That's what I get for saying it's going to be really easy. Kiss of death when I say that. Well, anyway, happy November, everybody. Because it is now officially November. Oh, wait, it was November when I did my last stream. So, sorry, I forgot. I did a stream in November already. I sometimes lose track of when I've done things. What a non-surprise for anybody who's watched a lot of these streams, that I might lose track of something really, really simple. Oh, boy. Yeah. But anyway, yes, we're in November. I quite like November because I like the Christmas months. You know, I know a lot of people get very annoyed at it. And they don't like Christmas music and stuff like that. And I bizarrely do like Christmas music quite a bit. So I love the winter months. I think I've actually grown to like winter more now that I don't live in New York anymore because it's so much easier. Sorry, I did that on purpose. Sort of. I knew what I was doing there. I took for granted, honestly, what winter is like on the East Coast, really, or anywhere where you get 4 seasons. California, you don't really get 4 seasons. You really don't. And so, you know, the holidays are just so much different out here because there's never snow, or, you know, there's not really snow. There has been snow a few times, I've been told, not since I've been here, but it's not snowy. You know, you don't get days of snow. You don't ever get snowed in. And honestly, that's one thing that I never thought about when I was a kid. I really never thought about it. I didn't appreciate it. I shouldn't say I never thought about it. I didn't appreciate how awesome it is to have snowfall. It's a simple thing. It really is. It's this really simple thing. And yet, I think about it now and I miss it. I really do. I miss waking up and it's just everything's blanketed in white. It's kind of quiet. If you've never experienced that, I really feel bad for you because there's just something so magical. And I mean, that word is exactly what I do. I'm using it on purpose. There is something magical about waking up after a snowfall. It's just, there's something about it. I can't describe it. If you've never experienced it, you've never experienced it. And nothing I can really say is going to be able to give you the idea of what it is. You have to have experienced it. But, and especially, oh man, here's something. It's snowing at night. And you know, this, when I was younger, the house I grew up in was off of a relatively busy road, but it was sort of a weird, the house was set up, here, I'll draw it. It was sort of a weird thing. I never lived anywhere that was quite like this, but basically, just as an idea, let me just do a new layer. So there was this was the road that went by where I lived as a kid. Now, I haven't finished the road yet. So right here, there was an ice cream shop, which by itself, that's the ice cream on top, was awesome. Called Joe's Dairy Bar, which was great. Right, so that was on a road. And then, something on my screen. Oh, sorry. Leave that off. So then there was a road that went by there, and the road would split. Right, and this is the main road I'm talking about, would have a split right near the dairy bar. Right, and then there was a great sandwich place that was right here, which was awesome. So, sandwich. Now, before that, there's basically, here's a major intersection that you would go down, and this goes into town. And then there was a secondary road that went like this. It's kind of this, I don't know how to describe it. It's just this secondary road that would go off like this. And then there was another road that came up this way. And this road, now I'm really shortening this. This isn't really to scale. Had a dead end. It had a circle at the end. And our house was right about there, right about halfway. So, you know, the busy traffic would be here. And not tremendously busy. It wasn't like a main highway or anything. But that's where the real traffic would be. You get some small amount of traffic through here, but not much. And then on our road, we got even less. So when, you talk about late at night, and not even that late, but let's say 9, 10 o'clock, when traffic is slowed down and, there's not as many people around, if it was snowing at night, you would walk outside. And the sound is just, it's impossible to describe it properly, but you could hear the snow kind of landing on things. But it's this really specific sound. Somewhere somebody has probably recorded it and has it where you can hear it. But it's just this beautiful sound. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm curious about something. If I turn this sideways, the whole thing doesn't turn right. Oh, it does that. Interesting. Huh. Well, you know what? I can turn it that way. It doesn't really matter to me. But it's weird that it positions it like that. Because I was thinking, I'll give it so you have a little more real estate to look at. It's just strange that it centers it like that. But yeah, there was such an interesting sound to it. It's very, very hard to describe it properly. But if you've never had that, I miss that sound. Where's the bottom of this? Oh, there's the bottom. Okay, so that's all right. I guess that's fine like it is. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Just so you can see more of it. So you're not. Oh, well, I feel bad. The Walkman's kind of sideways now. You know what? Let's. Oh, I don't know what I'm moving there. Hold on. Sorry, I'm moving the wrong thing. Where is Let's View? Here. Let's just move this over so you can see the Walkman. Yeah, that's. Oh, but then that's cutting off. Oh, no, it's not. It's not cutting it off. It'll just be over it. Okay, there we go. That's not bad. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, there's nothing like that sound. There's nothing like that sound. It's just, I miss that. I do miss that. I really do. So if you ever have the chance, you're ever in a place where it's snowing at night, you can take a few minutes to go outside and listen to it, because there's just nothing quite like it. It's just such a wonderful sound. And then if you're even luckier, you wake up and the snow is still there and everything's really quiet. You can just kind of go out and walk in it, and then you listen to the sound of your footsteps in the snow. It's just, that's what the holidays feels like to me. That's what I miss about now that I'm in California. There's just, you don't get that. I mean, I'm sure if you go up in the mountains in the high elevation you do, but if you're not up in a high elevation, you just don't have it anymore. There's just no, you know, everybody still does holidays and all this thing, but it's never the same. Without that really crisp, harsh cold and the snow and everything, it just is never going to really feel like holidays to me. It just doesn't. There's just something that's missing about it. Now that I'm looking at this, let me shrink this down just enough. So there we go. Okay. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Let me just expand this a little bit. Move this down just a slight bit. There we are. That's good. I like that. Very nice. So yeah. I think about that. And that I do miss that. I really do. I miss that greatly. Don't get me wrong. I'm never have a regret about moving out here. I don't. Because, you know, this is where I met my wife. I'm very happy with her. So there's no part of me that regrets it whatsoever. But if I were to tell you that there's nothing about New York that I miss, I mean, that would just be very, very dishonest. I miss lots of things about it. But none of that is to say that I feel like I shouldn't have come out here at all. I want to be very, very clear about that so that there's no misunderstanding. But that is one thing. California does not feel like the holidays out here. Has not since I've gotten here. I need to get my mouse out of the way because my mouse is in the way. Okay, that's that. Chiefly because, like I said, no snow. No snow and it doesn't get that cold. And people who live here will say it's cold. It's not cold. It's not. Sorry, it isn't. It's not cold out here. It really is not. So I miss that too. I miss brutal cold. Real cold. I miss. I do miss that. Okay, so we're good on that. Okay, so now we'll do, let's go down. Let's go up a layer, put the assist on. Let's go down to 5. Let's do the cable. Like that. Let's do another cable. Like that. There we are. Let's see. So then we'll do, now we need to mirror this. Oh, I need to do a new layer for that. New layer. Mirror. Let's get this switch in. And join that up right there. Okay, we gotta clean that up because that doesn't look right at all. But that's an easy fix. But yeah, it would be nice. Not that it's ever gonna happen because it's just the weather out here isn't like that. But I really wish there was just, you know, if we could have a year or two where we got that snow out here. Because I really, it's even for my wife's family, I mean, they don't really know what that is either because, again, they never had it. And it's a difficult thing to explain to people if they've never had it. It's just, there's nothing like it. And you can go to places. I know somebody's going to say, well, you could go someplace where there's snow. Yeah, you can, but it's not the same as being at home. It's not the same. Not the same as being at home and just kind of realizing it's snowing and then going and looking outside and hearing it and seeing it. There is something really unique about it being where you are. That's something that you can't simulate that. Oh, it's only that. Okay, so we can just use this. Just can't do it. You can go to places. I mean, we went to Lake Tahoe one year where it was snowing and that was fine. It was nice. There was snow. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. And it's very hard to describe what that difference is if you don't know what it is. But it's different. It just is a different thing. Just is. No other way to put it. It's just a different thing if you're not used to it. That's all. Like I said, not a big deal. Just something I think about from time to time when it's getting to the holidays. It's a thing I miss about my childhood was the sound of snow. The sound of snow falling. And then waking up the next morning, like I said, you can hear it kind of on the trees. It's just kind of there. It's just a very, very specific sound. There's no way for me to properly describe it. Somebody has probably captured audio of it, I'm sure. I'm sure somebody out there has managed to get audio of that sound, and you can go and find it. If you can, I really would encourage you to do so, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sound. Really is. Or, of course, if you live in a place that gets snow, then you know what I'm talking about. You're familiar with this already. You know? Like I said, it's just one of those things that I think about, because I'm like, yeah, when I was a kid, I never thought about it. Never occurred to me that, oh, someday I won't hear this. Oh, you know what? That's probably going to do that on both sides, isn't it? Yeah. Let's turn the assist off for that, because this really is different on both sides. You know, never thought about it. Didn't appreciate it, like so many things as a kid, because I just, whoa, oh, I see what I did. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, see, I don't want to erase that on that side. That side has to stay. That side doesn't. This side does. Okay. So yeah, never really thought about it. Never gave it much of a thought. Now as an adult, I sit there and go, yeah, I do miss that. So, like I said, I want to be very careful saying that, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm sorry I moved down here, because I'm not. But just like, you know, if I'm sure the opposite is true too. I'm sure people who, like my wife, who's born and raised in California, there's been a couple times we've gone out to New York where it's been very cold, and I mean legitimately very cold, and she does not enjoy it like I do. That is for sure. Does not enjoy it as much as I do. So it works both ways. It's true. Both sides of it is you get used to the things you're used to, and when something changes, you tend to notice it. So she is not the biggest fan of the cold the way I am. So we go out there and it's really cold. She is feeling it, whereas I delight in it. I love it. This is great. Not so great for her. She is truly cold when we've gone out there and it has been cold. In fact, the last time it was pretty cold. The one day we were waiting to get the shuttle to the airport, and she was cold. She was not enjoying that, and I was just standing there in a t-shirt and shorts, and I was fine. I, on the other hand, was having a blast with that. But that's just me. That's just me. She was quite chilly. But yeah. Snow. I do miss snow. Snow was great. Erase that. The sound of snow. Like I can hear it. I can very, very clearly in my head hear what snow sounds like. Beautiful sound. Okay, so let's see. That's good. That needs to go. Take that from there and there. Okay. Yep. Just making sure I'm not erasing too much here. But this should be pretty easy because, you know, I've got the overlay of it. And I'm fine with I know it's off because the symmetry when I did the sketch was not centered. So I'm okay with that. Okay. So now let's do another layer. Let's turn the symmetry on. Let's get this back. This should be the thin pen. Hello. There we are. Okay. For this, I think I can go back up to 5. Yeah, I can go back to 5. That's fine. And this will be the kind of reflections on the metal. There we are. Same thing here. That. Okay, and then we need to do this. Right. And let's see, let's do this. Oh, no, that shouldn't be mirrored though, because that's only on this one. So do that little spot there, black that out, and then we'll do this, that, black that, black that. Okay, and then we need to do this can be mirrored. Let's turn mirror on for that, and we'll do this here. Do that. And then this can also be mirrored. And we'll do this, that. Okay. And we can do that because those don't intersect. And then we can do this because it's not really going to matter because this is a shadow line. And we can keep that from intersecting. There we are. That should all be good. And then we need to do a line like this. This. Do that. That. Okay, hold on. Yep, good. And then I need to go down to 3 for the screws. We'll do an assist on this one for these screws. One goes here. Circle, please. Thank you. And one goes here. Circle, please. Thank you. And I also need to do, I'm just going to do like a little secondary shadow line there. Probably one right here too, just to have something. That. And then let's do, turn the assist off for a minute. And we'll do something coming up this. This antenna should have some kind of reflection on it. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Here we are. Perfect. Okay. And then that. And that. And that. And that. Okay. And then finally, I think I want to have something. Let's turn. Oh no, I turned the assist on. Turn the assist back off. Sorry about that. Just realized. Good. At least I only went into something I don't care about on that side. Or it doesn't, not don't care about, but it didn't do any damage being there. Okay, good, good. Let's turn the assist back on. Okay. And then we'll do this. We'll just have a little bit of something here. Just kind of, I don't know, something like that. Oh, assist isn't on. Figures. Had the assist on when I didn't need it, then didn't have it on when I did want it. Isn't that typical? It is. For me. Yeah, just something like that. There we are. Okay, well, I think the headphones are done. So let's turn off our sketch. Where's the sketch group? Turn that off. And now let's just go ahead and refine this. And we'll just trim this down because this is pretty simple. Not much to worry about here. And I already have the colors defined, so that'll be pretty easy. Oh, whoops. I forgot to do one thing. Sorry. Where are the hoses? Where's the hoses? There it is. Turn the assist off and erase that. No. I meant to actually not erase that. I meant to erase this. That gets erased. That's behind it. There we go. All right, back to this. Yeah. Okay. Erase. And again, I'm not worried about this because the sketch is already in place, so this will be fine. Perfect. I wasn't sure. I thought those were that layer, but I wasn't entirely sure. Okay, let's check the side. Didn't screw anything up. Nope, looks good there. So we'll turn the assist off. That's fine. Oh, I did miss one thing here, which is this down here. Okay, trim that. I gotta do the other side because I turned the assist off, but that's all right. Not a problem. Oh, I forgot to do that side. So we go here. There we go. There we go. Oh. There we go. There we go. All right, now let's see where that is. Not that. It's not that. There it is. Can leave the assist on, I think, for that. We should be okay. Trim that out. Okay, let's see. Anything else that we've missed? Anything else? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I just saw something. Okay, hold on. Right there. Didn't even notice it before, so I think that's going to be on the 10. Right? Yes. I don't know if you can see it, but this should come straight down. Oh, hold on. You know what? I can already see that I'm not going to get this right. Not really. So I'm just going to redo the whole thing. Just stab it straight down. This needs to come in front of that bracket back there. All right. It does go behind the hose, though. Or the cable. Now, this needs to go. That goes away. Then we can bring this back. And then that bracket right there. This needs to disappear here. And it needs to disappear here because that bracket goes behind that. Yep, there we go. Okay, I think we got everything right now. Oh, just that. One little thing left, which is this right here. That and that. Okay, I believe that's all the lines we have to clean up. So just to take a look, turn on the moose. Yep, there we go. Okay, well, let's do the, where are we at time-wise? 32 minutes. Okay, so let's turn the moose off. Since we're already in the headphones, let's do the headphone colors. Which is this, right? All right, so layer up. Let's grab this blue. And let's do an assist. Let's grab this. And we're going to go ahead and color that in. Grab this. Layer up. Drawing assist. Do that. And then the headband thing. This. Layer up. Assist. And let's do that. Then we can turn this off. Let's go ahead and finish out the headband first. Now there is going to be obviously shadow in here, but for now we're just going to get our color in. And in fact, let's kick on our background color and make it our typical bright garish color so that there's no confusion about where I miss edges, like right there, compared to white, which white against black, I don't know about you, but I easily lose that up close. So we're just going to stick with this because this works. Actually, I could probably go to the paint thing on this, can't I? Yeah, a little big. Hold on. A little big. Not too bad. I can just knock it down. And then, oh, actually, that wasn't too big. I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. Oh, yeah, that's good. Like that. I was forgetting that there's the band where the darker color is going to go. That I won't be able to use a paintbrush for, I don't think. That will probably be tricky, but that's okay. We're just, right now, all I'm doing is blocking in the big splotches, the big areas of color. Everything else can wait. And then we do need to go down to this for this part right here, which actually is probably, now that I think about it, well, no, let's just do it. Let's just do that, not worry about it right now. Not going to worry about the specifics of this yet. Not yet. Right now, let's just block some colors in. Just get an idea of what we're looking at, but I do have to add a shadow to that now that I look at it. So we do need to go to, what, this layer? Yes, that layer. Go back to black. Go back to our small pen, which is on 3, I believe. That's right. Let's knock that into a drawing assist because we will need that assisted. And we will do something like this. Let's bring it down. There we go. And then let's just go ahead and chop that out because we won't need that. Beautiful. Turn the assist off, and now we're back to here. Color's good there. Let's get our gray color blocked in here. That's on assist. Yes, it is. And we will go ahead and use our paintbrush again. Obviously, there will be dark areas to this, but for now, we're just blocking in the big areas so that I have it in there. Anything that has an X is going to be black, so that's going to be easy. Certainly easier than this, because it's just black, and black's simple. Black and white are the simplest things to block in because, you know, they're very harsh colors. So it makes it very, very easy. Whereas these colors, I do have to make sure I actually... Well, I mean, they're not really tough. I shouldn't say that like these are hard colors. They're not. But they're not quite as simple as black and white. Black and white, in this case, is black and white. Because it's binary. It's on or off. Very simple. Okay. We're 36 minutes in. Ow, man. I'm sitting a lot today, which is, I don't usually, but I had different stuff I was working on. It was just easier to sit. Unfortunately, when you have bad eyesight, there's times where sitting is better because you can lean forward in a different way. So my prescription is definitely going to be, I believe this is the year, probably. I think I finally hit it. I've hit the year where I'm probably going to have to go to bifocals. One more piece of the giant Lego puzzle set that spells out old is going to be that I think I'm going to need bifocals because I can't read in my current prescription, which is a single, I don't remember what the name for it is. Single something, but it's not working because it's too hard for me to read. So the reality is I'm going to have to go to bifocals. I already know it. Not exactly thrilled about it, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? Well, you know what? The only thing I don't think I got for the color on these headphones was that middle piece. Hold on. Let me look these old headphones up. These are 70s headphones. I very specifically looked them up. 70s headphones. I think they're like 78s or something. 1970s headphones. Let's see. I should be able to find them pretty quickly. Not Sears. No. What were these called? You know what? I should look for... I think I looked up vintage headphones and they came up right away. I just gotta look. Vintage headphones. Here we go. Let's see. These were boxed. I remember seeing them. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Sorry. There we go. Let's take a look. Let's look at the images here. I know you can't see this. That's... No. Well... Wait, these came up right away the last time. Of course, now I can't find them. I mean, they came up right away. I saw them and I went, oh yeah, those are neat looking. Woof. Boy, there's a set of 60s headphones, and those things are huge. Wow. I mean, those are... I cannot even imagine the weight of those headphones. I mean, you can't see them, but wow, they're huge. Oh, man. Holy cow. Those are huge headphones. Were these vintage headphones? I think I saw somebody was selling them on Etsy. Let me look. Of course, the one time I need to find them, I can't. Well, you know what? I cannot remember what they were called too. They had a very specific name. And of course, you know, I found them a million times before. Now I can't find them. Let me see, vintage. Let me try 1960s. Maybe they are 60s. Maybe I was wrong. I thought they were 70s, but I could be wrong. It could be 60s. Let's take a look. Let's go here and see. Those Archer? Those kind of look like them, but they're not. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's them. Okay, so it's the same color. That's what I was looking for. So it's basically the same color. This same blue color goes into that secondary pad. I thought it probably did, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Before I filled it in. Just wanted to make sure. And it is the same color. So this part is the same. Usually it is, but, you know, I like to check. Just even though it really doesn't matter, it's not like you're going to be able to identify it. Well, I'm you know what? I shouldn't say that. There is every chance that somebody who is into vintage headphones and those people. Whoa, jeez. These idiots. Really? Okay, ban. Morons. Jump scare for a moron. I mean, these people just surf around looking for this stuff. Anyway, what I was saying was there are people who are into vintage everything. And so those people probably would be able to identify these headphones, and so the color would matter. Or I don't know if the color would matter, but they would be aware that the color was the same. But, you know, I'm not really going for 100% authenticity here or anything like that. I'm just making sure I have the colors right. I think actually these little things were like a brown color. All right, let's do a gray, kind of what I'll call a silver or whatever for the metal parts. Do I have those colors? No, it's okay. I mean, I really don't need them. All right, let's do drawing assist. Let's just, this again, but I will use this brush because this is a pretty small thing. We'll just fill this in real quick. And where are we at time-wise here? 42 minutes. Okay, well, I might stop after this then. I'm gonna get a sip of water really quick. Hold on, what was the name of that person? Blonde Recapitulation W. Jeez. Stupid username, too, for a moron. Selling viewers. It's just, I just am so baffled by that concept at this point. I mean, like I think I've said this a few times now, and I'll continue to say it because I'm just going to reiterate this. At one point, I might understand why some people would buy viewers. Certainly, it was never anything I was going to do. I will not do. So I'm not saying that like I'm thinking about doing it. I will not do. Because I'm not trying to monetize a stream. But even anybody who is, at this point, I would have to imagine that anybody who's going to pay to subsidize a stream or whatever, do the viewer counts really matter to anybody anymore? Would you not support a stream if the numbers were low, or would you support it because you like the content? You know what I mean? I don't know. The view... Whoa. How did those lines turn white? Hold on a minute. Did I inadvertently... Whoa, why are those lines white? That's weird. Okay, hold on. I don't know what happened there. Why are those lines white? I wasn't using a white pen when I did that. Was I? No, I wasn't. Hold on. Let me get rid of everything else, because I gotta fix that. I don't know why those lines are white. That's really strange. Really strange. Hold on, is there anything else here? Did I miss anything? Yeah, I did. See, those aren't white, so I wonder why those other ones are. That's really strange. Really strange. Yeah, that was all. Okay. And then, let's make sure it should only be that. It is. Okay. Invert? Why were those white? That's bizarre. I don't know what caused that. I mean, I really don't care. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just strange because how did just those lines turn white? Time, life, mystery of the unknown, I guess. The world may never know. That's okay. Anyway, what I was saying before I had that shocking revelation of white lines in my drawing was that, yeah, I mean, paying for viewers, I don't get it. Do not understand it. Now, these buttons are like black and dark gray. So let's do a dark gray for that. And we'll just do these manually. And then I guess those cables, maybe I'll make those cables like a red or something. Yeah, maybe. Just so they kind of stand out. Or those could be white. Those could be white cables. Yeah, we'll do white cables for that. But this button and this button here will be black. I'll cut that thing out in a minute. Let's see here. That's this one, or is it? No, it's this one. Turn the assist off. Get my eraser back. Go to a normal eraser, please. Cut that. Then come back down to here. Fill that in. It's going to be those buttons. We'll come over here. That's going to be this as well. There we are. Okay. Buy best viewers. What does best viewers mean? They're not human, so how best could they be? They're going to be bots. It's just stupid. Just wonder about people. I really do. I shouldn't. At this point in my life, I shouldn't wonder about anybody. Because I'm sure there are people who buy best bots ever. 43 or whatever. You know what? I'm actually going to do a different shade of this. Let's make this like that color. There we go. And we'll make that this here. So that it... Yeah, because I don't want to make it a completely alien color to the rest. I was thinking of making it like a brown, like a wood, but it really wouldn't make sense to have just these parts have a wood color and nothing else. So those will look like they're related to that. That's fine. Screws will be gray or silver or whatever color we're going to call that. And then the only other color we're going to do is the white on the cables, silver on the screws, and then I think we will be done. Oh, okay, let's go to this. Thought that might be a little too big. I got lucky on that little one. Yeah. And then we'll be done, I think, for this particular stream. There we are. So let's get that gray color in there, which is this. I think. Let's verify. Yeah, okay. So that's it. Let's get in here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, whoa. No. Just go here. There we go. Got myself a little lost there, but we're back. We're back. We're where we need to be. Let's put those little screws right there. Oh, yeah. Come over here. Bring that in. I'm going to yeah, that eraser did. See? It did erase too much. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in 1 second. That. Let's sample that color. Let's go here. And do that. There we are. Yes, indeed. And then we just need the white for the cables. The actual cables. These here. I think we can switch to this. Should be good. And this is behind. I just noticed that tiny little bit is missing. Drives me crazy. There we go. All right, now we come down here to the white. We'll fill this in, and because this is behind every other color, this I can be a little bit more casual with because it won't show up in front of anything else. So we'll do that. And we'll do this. Okay. And we'll do this. And then I just have to do the other one because I didn't turn mirroring on, which is fine. But I didn't. So let me do this, that, that. And then this will be concluding this stream for today. We've gotten some stuff done, which is we've gotten the line work on the headphones completed. We've got the color, the base color, of course, on the headphones completed. Yeah, and we will be in good shape. Things are moving along. Moving along. Okay. All right. And there's our color, and I believe, oh, the antenna. The antenna should also be this metal color, but I am going to make it its own thing just because I'm probably going to alter this a bit. I don't think I'm going to have it be the exact same color. I'm going to probably lighten that up. So let's keep this on its own layer just so I don't have to worry about changing two colors. So we'll make this its own thing. Hold on. Now we're good. What? Yeah, we're good. Just to make it easier on me. Not a necessity, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So we'll do that. Make sure I cover the edges. Bring that around, and that should be all the color. Yeah. And there we have it. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. And we'll get to the moose probably next time. Moose in the headphones. So let's do this. Boom. There we are. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by the stream. Whenever it is that you see this, these go up pretty quickly after I do the actual streams. So, and I'm perfectly fine with people watching them later. I don't get, it doesn't matter to me if people watch them right away or later. I know not everybody can make streams. Certainly, I barely catch any of the streams that I always mean to live, and I watch a lot of them later on. So it's not like I could really criticize other people for not stopping by live. But whenever you're seeing this, however you're seeing this, I appreciate it, and I will ask you... Oh, that's really weird. Sorry, I'm looking at the keyboard on this key. Oh, sorry. No, I wasn't trying to do that. There we go. Key on my keyboard was not on straight. Just happened to notice it, because these are keycaps I've replaced, and that key was off. It was not straight. Is that one good? Hold on, I'm looking at my keyboard. Oh yeah, the other ones are okay. Anyway, sorry, I just happened to notice it. So I will say one thing, as I always do, which is I will encourage you to find a creator that you enjoy and support that creator in some way. And I'm not talking about myself, because I'm doing fine. But I would say if there's somebody else that you enjoy their work and they have a way for you to support them, then you should support them. It doesn't have to be monetary. If you can do that, that's great. But it doesn't have to be that. People jump to that immediately and they think, well, if I can't give them money, then, I really can't support them. That's not true. It really isn't. You can reshare their work so others can see it. You can follow them on a platform that they want to be followed on, because lots of people... Why is this off? Hold on a minute. Why is my background thing? Or is it? Oh, no, it's fine. Sorry. It looked, there was something weird on the screen. Sorry about that. You can follow them if they have a YouTube channel, follow them there, on Instagram if that's where they post, or wherever. You just follow them so, they know people are looking at their stuff, even if you don't comment. If you comment, that's great, or just like it or whatever. You don't have to write them a novel. You can send a note. Not a bad idea either, to just send something. It doesn't have to be very long. People think they have to, again, like the money thing, people think they have to write these long, huge emails. You really don't. You can just write a couple sentences saying, hey, you know what? I saw your work. I really like it. And that's it. You can just leave it at that. It doesn't have to be a big, long thing. And that may find a creator who's struggling on whether anybody really likes their work or not, because we all have that. Anybody who does creative work, inevitably, no matter what, no matter how many followers or whatever, we all hit into those moments of doubt, like we do in so many different things in life. And so an email or a quick message from somebody might come along at the exact time that person needs to hear an encouraging word. So take the couple of minutes to do it, because you just never know. You don't know how much weight that might carry with somebody, and if they'll read it right at the moment they need to read it. And just think about how amazing that is, that you could be the person who keeps somebody who's struggling going, that makes stuff that you like, without even having to spend anything. Again, you can do that if you want, but just a note saying, I appreciate your work. It can go such a long way. We really don't have an appreciation of that enough, I don't think. So take the time to do it in whatever way. You can do all of those, by the way, too. If you have the ability to send money and follow and send a note, then do all three. But like I said, it doesn't have to be all this stuff. I think a lot of people feel like they have to do a ton of work to support somebody, and you generally do not. So in whatever way it makes sense, take a couple minutes and support a creator, because you know what? It's not easy. It's not easy to make it as a creator. I'm glad I'm not trying to. It's why I say I'm fine, because I'm not trying to make my income from being a creative individual. It is a tough thing to do. So if you do follow somebody or know of somebody who is trying to do that, then take the time to follow them. Even if it's joining their Patreon on a free level. A lot of people have Patreons now, and a lot of them, like ours, is the one for our show is a free one. I'm not trying to make any money off anybody. If they can, that's great. But if they can't, that's fine too. It still shows that people want to see your stuff or their stuff. So whatever way makes sense to you, do that. It really is worth that little amount of time that you take to do it. On that note, everybody, thanks for hanging out and watching this whenever you are, wherever you are, however you are. Until next time, thanks for being here and take care.